at some point I'm going to actually show you how to get those probabilities. There is a website where you can get it, but it's a lot more fun when you get it yourself. So what does that tell you? 1 year rate is a lot higher than 2 year rate. What is market thinking? What would make you do a transaction like that? You gotta be thinking something about the future, right? What is that something, do you think? It's okay to be wrong, okay? The stupidest answer you get is the one you didn't get. I'm sorry, the only stupid answers you give are the ones you didn't get. This is a place of learning. You know, if you're wrong, that's actually sometimes nice little teaching moments. You can actually think about why you're wrong. From that, we can learn something. It's always a road trip to say that I don't know. You gotta be wary of people who think they know, but they don't. Okay? They tend to be sociopaths anyway. This basically says market is thinking 1 year rates are going to be lower in the future. Okay? Otherwise, you wouldn't have that. So market thinks that 1 year rates will be lower next year. Whether or not it will be, that's beside the point. Obviously, if you're borrowing, then it may be a good idea to actually wait and get it there. But let's see what the forward says. But if you're lending, it may not be a bad idea to lend right now at the relatively higher rates. So, first and foremost, how much to borrow? I need $1 million in my account 1 year from now. I'm going to borrow a certain amount. I'll place it with the bank. It will earn me 4.759% for 1 year. So after 1 year, I want exactly $1 million in my account because I need $1 million 1 year from now. And that means the amount that I'm going to borrow, let's call it $X, is the present value of that $1 million at the short-term rates. I'm going to actually do it right here. Be more civilized, 1 plus 4.759%. Oh, I'm not a lumlock. I know what's going on there. So that amount is 954,000 571.92. Okay. How much do I have to pay back in 2 years? Now I borrowed 954, 571.92. I'm gonna pay the 2 year interest rate for 2 years. I'm assuming these are compound interest rates or the effective annual rates. What is my 1 year thinking? or 2 years. 297. Since I'm doing it for 2 years, I'm just gonna square it. So let's go ahead and calculate it. 954,571. 22 times 1 plus 4.297%. That is squared equals. Yeah, I missed a lot of stuff. This is why I like using Excel, but right now we're just doing the instructional part. 954. Yeah. And since I'm gonna deduct 1 million from this, so I'm gonna be paying back 1,038,369.61. So if I do the Clay Way, I'm paying $50,000 in interest. I'm doing it the poor man's way, I'm paying only 38 bucks. This is a rhetorical question, but what do you think I should do? I should do I'm the one who's borrowing. I should do the poor man's way. Now let's see what happens if that 5% is indeed the market rate for forwards. Here are the market forces that are going to start working. It is better to lend at the forward rate than to borrow. So people are going to be more willing to lend at the forward rate. So the forward supply of money will increase. When supply of money increases, the price decreases, and price of money is instant. So there's a downward pressure on the forward rate. On the other hand, people want to do the poor man's way and borrow 2 years. There's more demand for 2-year rates and less demand for 1-year rates. So 2-year rates are going to go up, 1-year rates are going to go down until that inequality is there no longer. Since people have unlimited amount of money, any such imbalance is going to be corrected within minutes. That's the arbitrage condition. The effective interest I pay from the forward way, and technically the other one is called the money market way. The money market way should be exactly the same. The forward rate that satisfies the equation is the arbitrage-free forward rate. Because if that is the case, I can actually make a lot of money. Somebody's willing to borrow money at 5% from me in the forward, right? So I'm gonna borrow for 2 years, lend it for 1 year. To cover myself, I'm gonna actually lend money in the forward market. So at the end of 2 years, the only thing I have is how much interest effectively I pay, 38,000, but somebody's gonna pay me 50,000. So I'm home with 12,000, and I don't give a particular damn on what the interest rate was next year, or will be next year. That is risk-free money. The golden rule in finance, you don't allow risk-free profits. I mean, you can have risk-free profits, but in this case, risk-free profits with effectively no investment. I'm lending the money that I borrowed from somebody else, and I am guaranteed to make money if that market condition is there. That is obviously a mispricing somewhere. In efficient markets, that doesn't happen. In a relatively illiquid market, it could happen, but then the bid-offer spreads typically would be too wide. Every once in a while, when you do this for a living, all money market transactions and forward transactions, they actually happen over the counter. which means they are bilateral agreements between different dealers. So let's say, and I used to work Johnson, Lofton, and Zenrex back in the late 90s. They don't exist anymore. They were bought out by Credit Suisse in 2001. So I want to lend money in the forward market to another bank. I go through the Reuters screen or Bloomberg screen, depending upon what you use. I ask them, you know, what do you give me as rate for $1 million on F21? They say 5%. And knowing all the other stuff, I have two other banks in line saying, guys, I'm going to borrow for 2 years. What's your rate? I'm going to lend you money for 1 year. What's your rate? As soon as they tell me, I hit yours, mine, yours, done. Yours means I'm selling something to you. Mine means I'm buying it from you. I am guaranteed to make money as long as those people actually honor their agreements. Of course, you know,